Okay, I'm getting ready to work on a 2013 Kawasaki 300. And you can see it's going to be the front end forks that I'm replacing. You can see the tire is turned to the right. But if you look at the handlebars, they're actually turned to the left. So it took a big heavy impact and it's bent the front forks. This is going to be me replacing the forks with a new pair, which I have over here. Now the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting it just off the front wheel. And so I've attached my engine hoist to the front, not the handlebars themselves, but the upper triple tree. And then I'm just pulling it up from there. And as you can see right now, we've got it off the ground. Next step, I'm going to loosen up the bolts that hold the forks in on the lower part of the triple tree and the upper. You could also take off this top bolt and just pull out the whole unit and put in the brand new unit, because that's what I have. But first I'm going to just try the shock, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. That's how we've got it on the hoist right now. Okay, here it is with the front wheel taken off. Loosens everything from the upper triple T down. And we're going to try to pull out the forks. Okay, so this is what I've done thus far. You can see I started sliding out the left fork, or shock, and I did that by loosening this lower bolt here, and then the upper bolt on the handlebars here. Now that was really stubborn since it was already bent. It should slide out easy, but it doesn't. And so I then took the caps off of like these caps you see here. One here, one there. Those caps, pop them off with a screwdriver. Underneath are these small little Torx bolts. There you go. The Torx is a Torx 40. Anyway, I removed that, and then I was able to push the tube down. Now I got that done far enough, but I mean it's still so bent that I think I'm actually going to drop the whole thing now. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm going to loosen up the center bolt so that I can drop the whole triple tree. And I've loosened up the center one. That's a 22 millimeter. I loosened it up while I had this handlebar still on there, just to give me something to leverage against while I turned it. With that loosened, I'm going to remove the bolt the rest of the way, pull off these two, pop that, and then hopefully I should be able to lower the entire triple tree off. That's what I'm going to do next. Or at least that's what I'm going to try next. Hey, got the forks out. This is the way I ended up doing it. You can keep whatever you want. Now there's no... Okay, so the forks are out. This is the way I did it. Because I did leave in the standard triple tree, and since they were bent, I used this screwdriver just to pry it open just a tad. That really helped them drop out since they were bent pretty badly. Since the bottom looks like it's in good shape, I'll thread in the old tubes. I did take off the tops primarily so I could hit them with a hammer. They were just not coming out. And I did loosen this up with the 22 millimeter, but I've decided to leave that in, so I'm going to tighten it back down, and I'm just going to thread the pipes back up. So long as they thread straight, I'll use the original top and lower brackets. Here's a picture of the bent forks. You can see they get twisted pretty bad. I'm going to take them off this one and put on these new forks. Okay, when I tried to put the tubes in one by one, the actual lower bracket was bent ever so slightly, and I can't have that, so I took the whole thing, reassembled all the new parts, threw away all the old ones. This is the bottom bearing, packed with some grease just so all bearings stay. And I removed the top, I kept this top one. It still looks good, we'll see. You have to loosen this collar to let it drop down. To loosen it, I actually just put a flathead screwdriver in there, put it at an angle, and then hit it that way so it'll wrap it away. So next, I'm gonna put this fork up in there and hopefully tighten it up, and hopefully that will be it, but we'll see. Maybe the top bracket's busted too. If that's the case, then I'll have to put this new bracket in there. Just trying to avoid having to take out the ignition switch. Okay, this is the end result. A bit of time, and this is, I've been driving it for a while now. The new forks are in there. They're straight, they're true. Drop, I did end up leaving the upper part of the triple tree. I left that connected. I was having an issue. I didn't see how to remove the ignition very easily, so I left the top triple tree. It's nice straight. Just slid it back up through the bottom, and then it bolted all right back together. So, a bit of a snarl still at the front. I honestly don't mind it. It reminds me of the salvage yard it came from. But there you go. New forks. And now it runs straight and true.